Now let's create the surfaces for our vacuum. And I'm going to zoom in here because I have to create one further curve, and that actually starts here, and then I add 2 extra points, and with Control click I create my last point there. And then I can select the planar surface and, for example, select this line, this curve, and then click Go. And you will see that while those two curves actually do not meet at their end, but because they are on the same ground plane, so they overcross or intersect with each other and perfectly form a sealed surface. And that enables then Alias automatically also to create a filled surface inside those planar curves. Now if, for example, I delete this curve and then only with 2 clicks create one curve, and then maybe select those and go planar, you will see that it seems not to work. If I click this one and this one, I can't click my third curve. And that is because Alias, in this case, needs a curve which has more than 2 points. Right now you see like there is an orange line, but there's actually not really a curve yet. I can draw another point and you still don't see a curve. If I draw now my 4th point, then you see the white curve. So that is the reason why when we create a straight line, I have to start with 1 point and then add 2 more points and then end with my 4th point. And then again I can go to planar and select my curves and click Go. So let's put this surface actually onto the surface layer, and this curve here I would like to be on this layer. And Alias put this one back on profiles. Should be there. Okay, good. Perfect. Well, now in the next step, we can create the surface that would define the lower part of our vacuum. And to do this, we can select the rail. Let's double click it. I have one generation curve and one rail curve. So I select first my generation curve, and then I'm going to select my rail curve. And well, I could click on next, because now I would like to skin this curve along this rail and make it stop at this curve. So we have 2 generation curves. So number 1, this curve, number 2, and then we select our rail. Okay. Now maybe to clean up our model, we're going to put those into this layer. And let's turn on shaded view. So that is what we have. And while this is just the layer with the surfaces, here we can still, for this layer, also turn on the symmetry function. So we're not locked down to just applying the symmetry to where we have our profiles that we created so that they are symmetrical to the construction planes.